Once we have access to the data, we need to manage it and build it into a data that is useful for analysis. In data management, we will cover the topics that will help us to reshape our data according to our requirements and to analyze it in a better way. So let's start with renaming the variables in R. The first method to rename is using setName command. It is used by using the package data.table. So the input for this command is either table or data frame. You should have an old name vector and a new name vector that you want for your columns to be renamed. Next command that we use is names command. In names command, we will use it along with the square brackets notation. So in this we use index number, as you can see mentioned here is 1, to identify the column number of which we want to change the name. Next we can use also use the again name data along with square notations, but particularly specifying the name of the column that we want to change. Let's go to R and practice some commands. So the package that I'm using here is data.table. I have already loaded this command. You can see in my packages, I already have this data. So let's load this by using the command library. Now the data has been masked to my session. Now what the formula that we will be using for set names is set names. Within bracket, it will be the data frame name. Then there will be vector with old names, then the vector with the new names. So I am creating a data table here with variable TMP using the formula that is data.table. So I'm converting these value into a table wherein I'm saving A with 1 value, B with 2 value, and D with 3 value. Let's execute this command and let's check the value of TMP. So you can see I have created three columns here with A column, B column, and D column with have 1, 2, and 3 values. Now we have the name of all the old columns, that is ABC. So it's ABD here. Now I'm creating a new vector with new names. You can change the name of the vectors whichever you like. So I'll be updating it with CENF and I'll execute this command. So I have created this vector. Now I'm using the command set names. Within bracket, I'm mentioning first the variable in which my table is saved. Next, the old vector with old names, then new one, and skip absent. So skip absent means if there is any variable or any column with where the values are not present, so it will skip those values. Let's execute this command. Okay, so I have not executed old here. So I have created this vector, and now let's execute this command and check the value of TMP. So you can see we have changed the name of headings here. The column earlier they were ABD, now they are CEF. The second method that we can use is the names command. So I'm using the dataset empty cars, which is an inbuilt dataset. Let's check the names of this empty cars. So there are MPG, cylinder, displacement, and others. I am saving these variables in a vector I. So what we will be doing is we will be changing the name of MPG to uppercase, that is capital MPG. How we will do that is using names command, NAMES. Within bracket, I am mentioning the name of data frame that I am having, that is I, and square brackets to subset. Square brackets are used to subset the data. So I am mentioning 1 here, that means the column 1, that is MPG, and the operator that I'm using is the leftward side operator. What it does is it will save the value of MPG, capital MPG, in this 1, that is first value, that is index number 1, first column. Let's execute this command and check the names again. So you can see the MPG that was earlier in lowercase, it has been updated into the uppercase MPG. Similarly, you can do by specifying a particular package, particular name of the column. Earlier we were mentioning here is the index number. Now I am mentioning particular column name. So for that I am using double equal to. So the command that I have used here is names command. Within brackets the name of the data frame. Then inside the subset using square bracket notation, I'm again saying name I. So I'm saying all the names in this I data frame in which there is a particular column that is CYL in small case. I want to update into capital case. I have executed the command. Now let's check the names. So you can see the name has been updated to capital or uppercase CYL. Let's move ahead with the next data management thing. So we are adding or deleting rows or columns to our data frame. So first we will be adding and removing rows. The first method to do that is by using rbind. So rbind helps us to add a row to our data set. How can we do that? Let's go to R and do that. I'm creating a data frame here. The name of the data frame is df. The command that we will be using is data.frame. Within brackets, I have created two vectors, that is A and B. A with 1 and 2 values, B column with 3 and 4 values. Let's execute this command and check the value of df. So you can see there are two columns with 4 values, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we will be adding one row to it. So how can we do that is, so I am creating a new row here that is for 7 and 8 value using C command, that is the concatenation or the combine command. Now I'll be using rbind, that is row bind. Within bracket, mentioning the name of the data frame in which we need to add that row, comma, the name of the vector with that new row. Let's execute this command. First, I'm creating the vector, then I'm using the command. So I'll be saving it in df itself so that it will get updated. What will happen is the rbind command will be executed on df and it will be saved in that same data frame. So you can see the value of df, it changed to 3 rows. Earlier there were only 2 rows. Now there are 3 rows with new vector, that is 7, 8. Now there is one more way to add the row, that is by using square notations. Let's do it also. I'm using the same data frame. Now the command that I'll be using is first mentioning the name of data frame, that is df. Then I'm subsetting the data. What I'm doing is I'm saying n rows df, that is n rows. The last row or the total rows of df, add one more row to it. Then I'll be putting a comma and blank. So I am not mentioning any column. I'm only covering the row part. So everything that I'm adding is in the row section. Then I'll be saving a vector to it, that is 5, 6. Let's execute this command and check df. So you can see we have added a 4th row to it, that is 5, 6. Now we will remove the command. So there are two ways we can remove the command. Either we can use a single row or we can delete 2 rows. For deleting one row, it is very easy to remove a row from a data frame. You can just use a minus sign before the name, the number of the row, it will get removed. So I'm taking the same data set. So to show you how to remove a row, I'm using the data frame women here. It is also inbuilt data set. Let's check its dimensions. So you can see there are 15 rows and 2 columns. The dataset comprises of height and weight of 15 women aged between 30 to 39. Now what we'll do is we'll delete row number 14 from that dataset. I'll be saving that dataset into test variable. So let's create test. Inside that variable, I'm taking the name of df, that is women dataset, and I'm subsetting it using square notation, and I'm showing minus sign here. So what I'm saying is delete row number 14 from this data set. Minus sign deletes that row. Let's execute this. I'm using tail command. There are two commands that help us checking the data with less number of variables, head and tail. So head gives the output with first 6 rows of that data set, and tail commands gives the last 6 data variables, last 6 rows of that data set. So there are total 15 rows in this data set. So I'll be checking the last 6 rows with tail command. So you can see there is 13, then there is directly 15. 14 number row has been deleted from this data set. You can also check the dimension of this data set to confirm. So I'll be checking. So you can see there are only 14 rows now. Earlier there were 15 rows. Similarly, what we can do is we can delete multiple rows by using multiple numbers with the concatenation or combine command with a minus sign before it, so that we know that in given dataset we want to remove 6, 11 and 13th row from this dataset. And again I am saving it in test1 variable, and let's check the dataset. So you can see, so we removed 11 and 13. So after 10, there is 12, and after that there is 14. And if you want to see if 6 is also removed, you can check the whole data set. So you can see there is 6, 11th and 13th row has been removed from the data set.